There we go.
Hi, everybody. I'm Beth Hildenbrand, and this is All Booked Up. And today our special guest is Ann Edwards. And we were talking a little bit before the show. I'm so excited Ann is here. So I'm going to ask her to tell us a little bit about herself so we can get to know her a little bit better before the show gets going. Ann?
Beth, thank you for having me. Hi, everybody. I look forward to answering any questions that you may have. I live in Western Pennsylvania, so I'm on the opposite side of the state from Beth. Happily married for 22 years, the end of this month. Two dogs, no kids. My avid reader since I was in school. Reading has writing, has it's been something I've considered for a lot of years. And a handful of years ago, my husband had a very serious health issue, and we honestly didn't think he was going to come home. So when he did, it was one of those things that, it was a life-changing moment. And so I sat down and I said, what do you think if I do this? And he said, if it's something you want to do, go for it. So I did. I published my first book. It'll be 3 years in November, was my first book, which was The Demon's Hacker. And I've been writing ever since. I've had the luxury of working with some other authors and grow a little bit. And I have lots of other projects coming up, which we can talk about that in a little while. But other than that, some of our hobbies, we camp. I do a lot of different crafts. You can't see my dining room. It's all just, we get our dining room table at Christmas, and that's it. Otherwise, it's covered in my crafts. Hi, Nina. We also ride motorcycles. I think that's it.
Well, the motorcycle riding sounds like fun. I haven't been on a motorcycle in years.
It is a lot of fun. My husband had upgraded to a Harley not long after we started dating, and I got tired of sitting at home. And prior to that, I had never been on a bike. So he got me into it, and then as the years progressed, my anniversary present was my own Harley.
Ooh, wow.
Yep. Yeah. So we had a lot of fun, riding together and everything. And it's freeing. It's definitely not as easy as he made it look.
I always said I was going to get a tattoo at 40 and a Harley at 70. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't think I could hold one up now. So I can't imagine waiting until I'm 70.
I would like to get a 3-wheeler.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
It's definitely it definitely has a learning curve to it.
I'm sure. My dad got my first motorcycle for me when I was, in the 5th grade. And, of course, he let all the little boys in town ride it before I even got a shot on it, But, I loved that thing. It was just a little bitty Kawasaki 75. I puttered everywhere on that thing. Nice. I loved it. But, yeah, so I kind of grew up on them. But it's been a long time since I've actually straddled something. To add a little tacky there. Yeah. Whew.
Did you ever get the tattoo?
Oh, I've got them everywhere now. After the first one, it becomes addicting.
It does. It does. I have 4, and they're large.
Mine too. And I want another one already. I got one about a year ago I got my last one, and it seems like I make it about a year, and then I start like, okay, need a new one, need a new one, need a new one. I'd
Yep.
like to get one that I can. And I just found out I'm going to be a grandma again, so yay!
Oh,
I'm so excited.
congratulations.
Thank you. So I'd like to get one where I can like add something to it for each new grandchild.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I had to make the grandbaby announcement. But yeah, I'd like to have something where, I don't know, like maybe a moon with little stars for each grandchild, or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I have so many now. And then my son, he's with a girl who had three already. So yeah, I'd have to get all them added too. So I have many to catch up on. Yeah, I'll have a whole galaxy back here till I'm done. I love it. But anyway, yes, we're totally off the subject of books, aren't we? Motorcycles and tattoos. This will be my biker edition. ah, okay, Nina's asking questions and we're talking about crazy things. Okay, let's see. What inspires you to write, and what kind of music do you like to listen to?
Music, I'm all over the place. I way back in school, I played violin, so
Ooh.
I have a soft spot for classical. But I listen to just about everything. If you look at my playlist, I've got Metallica, I've got Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Bach, Mozart, I've got Miranda Lambert, Disturbed. It's all over. I think I've got DMC. It's all over.
I've got a girl crush on Lainey Wilson these days.
Okay.
I like Lainey Wilson, and yeah, and the rest is metal. I'm a metalhead, can't help it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm of the era with the big hair heavy metal bands from the 80s. So
Yep.
Yeah.
My last concert was Megadeth.
My last concert was the Rolling Stones.
Ah.
So yeah, that was a handful of years ago. That was
I try and go often. It's like therapy. You can yell and scream and look stupid, and you don't look different than anybody else. So
yeah. That's it. That's it. The other part of that question. Sorry, we get sidetracked easy.
We do.
As far as inspiration for my stories, a lot of it is just stuff I see on a daily basis. I'll see a scene in a television show, and it's like, I can take that idea and just spin it, to however many directions. I'm working on the Baton Rouge chapter for my Havoc Predator series, and that storyline was actually a dream my husband had. We were on our way to the mountains, and he said, "You're not going to believe this dream I had." So he starts telling me, I'm like, wait, you got to stop. So I pull out a notebook, and as he's driving, I'm taking notes on what happened in this dream, so I can, he said, "I thought you'd like that story," and I said, "Yeah." I said, it's gonna be great. I said, you'll enjoy reading it.
Oh yeah, the ever handy notebook.
Oh yes.
Can't be without it.
They're all over my house.
I've got them in the car, the house, everywhere. I once had people get in the car and had a friend say, "Just move her notebooks over."
That's it. I actually have a small one in my purse. So if I'm out somewhere that, I don't necessarily have, I can't carry a full-size notebook. I at least have my little pocket one that I can, make some kind of note, go, "Oh yeah, okay, now I remember what I was trying to say or think of," and, but a lot of in my stories, I put a lot of real life events in them. If anybody has read the Havoc Predator series that I have, one of, and I don't remember which book, um, they were out on a ride and ran into people breaking into the parade. And that actually happened to us. We were out with a group of our friends doing a ride, and there were three younger guys on sport bikes, and they decided they wanted to try and pass us. Well, they got side literally right next to us, and there's a car coming. They had nowhere else to go. The first one mashed the gas, and he took off and got out in front of us, but the other two broke into the parade and almost took everybody out behind them.
Oh my goodness!
Was
anybody hurt? I mean,
no, thankfully, everybody that at the time I was riding with my husband, he was operating, and him and a lot of the other ones that were riding further in the back of the pack, they had the experience that they could easily, react. And then, we got stopped at a stop sign, and those two that were in the middle weren't hanging out.
I bet. They're probably like, whoops, see ya.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Hi, Theodora. I hope I said that right.
Theodore, he's a pal.
Okay.
Hi, Theodore. Wow, that would, I would be like, one of those, you're still shaking 10 minutes later kind of things.
It happened really quickly, and I think it had, like I said, my husband's a very, very good rider, and not once did I have any issues, riding with him that I was ever worried about it. But some of it gets nerve-wracking because so many people, they don't really think of, you're in a car, you're surrounded by all that metal, but when you're, on two wheels, you don't. And then people get mad. Well, what are you riding it for? Well, it's fun.
Yeah. It's like, why are you eating it? Well, because it tastes good.
Yeah.
Duh. What are you asking a stupid question for? Okay, Nina wants to know, who is your favorite author?
If I had to pick absolutely one, C.M. Owens and all her pen names, which she's unfortunately no longer with us, and the literary world is something for it. But I've actually recommended her stories to quite a lot of people. She writes under in addition to her C.M. Owens, she also writes under S.T. Abbey and Christy Cunning. And you want to talk about a good story? Nothing about her stuff is predictable. Depending on, she wrote anything from, she had a dark serial killer to a rom-com that you're laughing your full head off. So she had a little bit of everything. And her writing is, I'm constantly whether it's listening to one of her audiobooks or actually reading, one of her other stories. She's definitely my default. And then I have Piper Davenport, her, and I hope I say this right, Caldane series. It's an immortal Viking series, kind of, borderline paranormal-ish. That one's another one. And then again, I'm terrible on how to pronounce the name. Aliana Alder. It's the Bewitched and Bewildered series, which that one is paranormal, and there are parts of it where I've got tears streaming down my face because I'm laughing so hard. And I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I highly recommend that series because it really is, it's funny.
Oh, well, we love to hear about good books on this show. Yeah, always recommend good books on this show. Speaking of which, we haven't got to yet. Releasing this Sunday.
Yes.
Is a good book that I can recommend. and it is called Swapped at the Altar.
Yes, it is part of the Wicked Arrangements collaboration. There are, I believe, 15 different stories, and the one thread in common is they're all fated mates in an arranged marriage, and you don't get to see your mate until the mask comes off after the fact. So it's got the masquerade ball slash arranged marriage element to it, which it was a lot of fun to write, and working with the various groups of ladies and bouncing ideas off of each other was a lot of fun.
Okay, now I get it. Okay, when the one guy gets mad about his bandmates and storms away at the breakfast, there's going to be a book about him.
Yes.
Am I right? Okay.
Yes.
And the girl who goes to work at the garage, she's going to be a book too?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Yay!
Yes, hers, Tiani, who is the mechanic, her book, it's called Hog Heaven. It comes out September 2nd, which I'm currently in the process of writing. Hers is going to be Reverse Harem. And it's not quite a Three Little Pigs retelling, but she is the big bad wolf. and she gets her three guys, who all happen to be deputies in the town of Padston.
Okay. We met the deputies in this book.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I've had so many different collaborations and anthologies going on that, and a lot of the prerequisites is you can't, they want a fresh story. So I started that's how my Shifters of Padston series has come about. I'm in the process of rewriting the first one, which was called New Sheriff in Town. And it is it's Sheriff Galloway's story and how he gets to meet his mate. My mechanic story that just released 2 months ago, I think. Everything's been, I've got so many projects, it's hard to keep track of them. But my story Mechanic takes place in a casino, and the casino was built in Padston. So they all, the stories are all independent of each other, but yet they build upon each other, that you have characters, showing up, from one to the other. But yes, I have Tiani from the garage. Hers is next. The gentleman that you mentioned at the ball, he is the chapter president for my Colorado Springs Havoc Predators. So right now his story is not planned, but I wanted to put that little Easter egg in there. And,
yeah, I like that little Easter egg.
And his cousins are actually the lead singer and the keyboard player for my rock band series. So that was the cross reference in there.
Okay, Nina wants to know if the book is out on pre-order and where can we find you and follow you. So if you want to put your info on my Facebook page for everybody to find you,
okay,
that would be great.
I actually have been taking my books wide, so they are pretty much whether it's Amazon, Google, Barnes and Noble. I'm still working on getting the print editions available through the other retailers. They are definitely available through Amazon. But part of it depends on the parameters of the project, because like the one that with Swapped at the Altar that is releasing on Sunday, it's going to do a 90-day spin on Kindle Unlimited. So while it is on Kindle Unlimited, I can't have it anywhere else. But once the 90 days is up, then it'll be out with it'll be on Kobo, and it'll be on, Barnes and Noble and everything else. But yes, right now for pre-order, I have Swapped at the Altar, Hog Heaven, and Voodoo Plantation.
Ooh, Voodoo Plantation. That sounds good.
Voodoo Plantation. It was part of the All Hallows Eve. I think it was a Halloween anthology that I did with another group, and I'm now releasing that. But it is a prequel for Baton Rouge. So those three are all available for pre-order right now.
Ooh, okay. You put all that on my page, please, and share
Sure.
it with everybody.
Absolutely.
I just went totally brain dumb. I'm so good at that. Everybody knows it. Yeah, that's just typical Beth. Everybody's used to it. Okay. Um, yeah, it was a fabulous book, and I'm definitely going to have to get the rest. I really enjoyed it. Well, I read it in one night, uh, so that should tell you something. I just was like, okay, here we go. Yeah, Nina, you need to get it. You're going to enjoy it. So, she still loves me. You better. You're the only one who does, honey.
Aw, that can't be true.
No, but she loves me best. I would be just totally lost without this woman, which I proved just the last few days while she had a migraine and was laid up. Yeah, I was about worthless. I had no idea what was happening in my own world. It was crazy. Uh, uh, okay. I have people trying to telephone me when I'm in the middle of this. You think my children would know by now that no, that doesn't work. Um, I have a little announcement to make before we end our show tonight. Um, Next week, we will be doing like a little PSA. Actually, we're doing a special show on social media predators. This is something that I believe needs to be discussed, and it doesn't just happen to women. I have had male friends who have been pursued by women, and I'm not just talking about, um, uh, the random sleazeball. There are a lot of ways people can be pulled in by social media predators. Uh, Cults, money. These people will come at you from all kinds of angles for all sorts of things. So we're going to do a little special on social media predators. And I think it's a good thing to show up and listen to. And it's not just about social media predators, but also about how to avoid them and things you can do to try and stop them. Ways you can not just block them, but ways they can be reported and taken care of. Ways to protect yourself from social media predators. So everybody should tune in for that because that's an important thing to check out. And I have to say, Anne, it has been an absolute pleasure meeting you.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for having me. I've enjoyed this a lot.
Yes, so have I. You have been just a wonderful guest, and I have enjoyed just going down strange avenues with you. It's always nice when you can talk about all kinds of things on a show. I hate dry, boring. Oh, hello. How are you? Did you write a book? Yes, I did. What was your book about? Well, it was about this. Well, thank you very much. Oh my gosh. Please laugh a little. Have some fun. So anyway, yeah, that's me. I think shows should be entertaining as well as informative. And you were very entertaining. Your books are fabulous, and I want to tell everybody go check out my Facebook page and find out about Anne's books, and follow her on social media. And this, if you missed it or came late, will be on my YouTube channel for everybody to check out as well. And hey, have a great night. Love y'all.
Thank you all.
Bye bye.